last surviving grandson of President John Tyler, who took office in 1841, dies at 96. When Harrison Ruffin Tyler's grandfather was born 235 years ago in 1790, George Washington had just become the nation's first president. John Tyler was 63 when his 13th child was born in 1853. That child, Lyon Gardner Tyler Sr., was 75 when Harrison Ruffin Tyler was born in 1928. Harrison Ruffin Tyler, grandson of the 10th American president John Tyler, died on May 25th at age 96. Though the cause of death has not been revealed, his health had deteriorated in recent years. He had been diagnosed with dementia and suffered several small strokes starting in 2012, reports the New York Times' Robert D. McFadden. He died at his home in a retirement community in Richmond, Virginia, according to the Washington Post's Andrew Jung and Brian Murphy. After the death of his brother, Lyon Gardner Tyler Jr., in September 2020, Harrison Ruffin Tyler was the last surviving grandson of President John Tyler, who was born in 1790 and led the nation between 1841 and 1845. But how could someone born in 1790 still have, until very recently, living grandchildren? Even the president's grandson acknowledged that the time frame was difficult to comprehend. When you talk about my grandfather born in the 1700s, there is a disconnect there, he told WTVR's Scott Wise and Greg McQuaid in 2012. The unusual timeline was the result of second marriages and late-in-life fatherhood for the former president and then one of his sons. John Tyler was 63 when his 13th child, Lyon Gardner Tyler Sr., was born in 1853. Then, Lyon Gardner Tyler Sr. was 75 when Harrison Ruffin Tyler was born in 1928. Both my grandfather, the president, and my father were married twice, and they had children by their first wives, and their first wives died, and they married again and had more children. With so many relatives to keep track of, he added, it does get very confusing. When I was a child, I did know most of the descendants, but as you get more generations down the line, it's hard to keep track of everybody. John Tyler was born just after George Washington became the fledgling nation's first president. He pursued a career in politics, serving as Virginia's governor, as well as a United States representative and senator. He became America's vice president when William Henry Harrison was elected president in 1840. When Harrison died of pneumonia a month into his term, John Tyler became the first vice president to succeed a president who died in office. His ascension was controversial, with some federal lawmakers questioning the legitimacy of his claims to the presidency. Some detractors even took to calling him His Accidency. The issue was not officially settled until 1967 with the ratification of the 25th Amendment. As president, John Tyler's biggest accomplishment was pursuing the annexation of Texas, which officially joined the Union in 1845 under President James K. Polk. After his stint in the White House, he retired to his plantation on Virginia's James River. During the Civil War, he was elected to the Confederate legislature, but he died in 1862 before he could take office. During his lifetime, he had a record-setting 15 children, the most of any U.S. president. He was married twice, first to Letitia Christian, who became the first president's wife to die in the White House in 1842, followed by Julia Gardner, who also served as First Lady. Their fifth child was Lyon Gardner Tyler Sr., who later fathered Harrison Ruffin Tyler. Born in 1928, Harrison Ruffin Tyler studied chemistry at the College of William and Mary and chemical engineering at Virginia Tech before founding a water treatment company called ChemTreat. He and his wife, Frances Painbow Bouknight, who died in 2019, also spent many years restoring the family's ancestral home, Sherwood Forest Plantation. The 1,600-acre property, built around 1730 and purchased by his grandfather during his presidency, is a National Historic Landmark. The couple also worked to preserve a nearby Union supply depot called Fort Pocahontas that had been constructed by a regiment of black soldiers during the Civil War. They had 3 children together: Harrison Ruffin Tyler Jr., William Bouknight Tyler, and Julia Gardner Samaniego. Harrison Ruffin Tyler will be missed immeasurably by those who survive him, Annick Dunning, the executive director of Sherwood Forest, said in a statement, as reported by the Associated Press.